month is upon us, and that means it's time for yet another favorites video. I can't believe April's already over. Spring is here, it is in full fling, and it is time for some monthly favorites. I promise this video is going to be shorter than last month. I got a little carried away, so let's jump right on in. Starting with my beauty favorites, my first favorite of the month is this guy right here. This is the Benefit Gimme Brow. I don't know, it's an eyebrow fixer. It's totally what it does. So it's this little itty bitty brush. So tiny. And all it is this is a fiberized type gel, and you just sweep this guy through your eyebrows, and the fibers actually adhere to your eyebrows and makes them look so much fuller and so much better. I have very sparse eyebrows. At the edges especially, they just kind of taper off into nothingness, and they're even a little bit like sparse in between here. But looking at them right now, you wouldn't really be able to know. Why? Because I'm wearing this. All you do is you sweep a little bit in there, it adheres really nicely, but what I do like is I find that it adheres to your hair fibers, your hair follicles, more than it adheres to the skin, which means if I accidentally put too much or a clump of it comes out or something like that, I can easily wipe it away and it still stays put where my eyebrows are supposed to be. This thing has been a saving grace and has seriously opened my eyes to why eyebrows are important on the face. And I am in the shade medium deep. It also comes in a light medium shade as well. And the coverage is buildable, so you can start light, see where you're at, and if you want to go bolder, you can go ahead and go bolder. So this is awesome. Next up, I rediscovered an old favorite of mine from MAC, and it is not the palette itself. This was a custom palette that I got empty and put my own favorite things in, but it is this color right here. This is MAC's Naked Lunch, and it is an absolutely stunningly beautiful, shimmery, highlighty type shade. It's just wonderful, and I have been using it pretty much daily on my all over lid color. I have it on today, and you can see how it's a little bit brighter there, and then I actually have this other shade, Satin Taupe, in my creases to give it a little bit more definition and depth. I like to have an all over lid color that kind of gives me that awake, slightly shimmery illusion type thing, and Naked Lunch is perfect for that. My last beauty favorites is something that I completely and totally did not expect to have in my favorites video ever. And that is the Balm's How About Them Apples Lip and Cheek Color Palette. It's pretty fantastic. I love it. And this is a palette of 6 different colors that is a lip and cheek cream, so it can function as both. And the colors, believe it or not, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but they are incredibly blendable. The formula is wonderful, and it just exceeded my expectations in every way possible. I was sent this by Birchbox to do as a review because I'm one of the Birch bloggers, and I was like, oh, of course this is what they choose to send me. I tend to really not like lip and cheek combo products because I can never figure out how to blend it quite right and in my cheeks to make it look nice, and I haven't gotten along with them at all. So when Birchbox said that they were going to send this to me to review, I was like, oh, of course it's going to be a product that I'm probably not even going to like. But when I got it, I gave it a chance, and oh my gosh, I'm so glad I did. I love every color in this palette. The colors on the back, they just don't look blendable and wearable and natural, and I just was really skeptical. And then I looked at the actual colors and thought, well, that's a little bit better. And it turns out that the formulas are so nice and blendable that like it looks really potent on your hand, and this is actually what I have on my cheeks right now, but it blends out super, super nice, and I probably can't really show you. I don't know. But it's just exceeded my expectations, and I haven't broken out from it, which is really important. I've been using it on my cheeks. I do have it on today. It's very subtle in the camera, but I have Cider, the top color here, on today, and I just absolutely love it. The color sticks around for quite a while, and you can start with the teeniest, tiniest amount, and until you find the way you want to blend it and everything, just experiment a little bit, and that's what I did, and I fell in love. And if you put a little bit of powder over it, it kind of dims down the glossiness factor because it is a cream, so there's a little bit of a luminescence about it. And on the lips, it's even more fantastic because if you use just a little bit, it doesn't even look like you put any product on. It just looks like your lips are that color, which is so nice. It's so subtle, but again, it's completely buildable. So if you want the glossy, luminescent sheen and the deeper color, you just apply a little bit more. But I like to put on just a little dabs of it and wipe it in, blend it in so it is a natural flush on my lips and my cheeks, and it's just wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Birchbox, for letting me try this because I'm in love with it. I have one home favorite this month, and it will probably come as no surprise to a lot of you, and it is from Bath & Body Works, and it is the Market Peach candle. This is such a fantastic smell. It smells like nothing but peach. It is just the most wonderful, springy, summery, fruity, delicious smell. It says that it is fresh from the stand peaches, strike a juicy note in a blend of vanilla, featuring hints of citrus and raspberry. I don't know where all that other stuff is. I smell peach, and it is wonderful. And this is my second one, because I already burned through one of these babies. Oh yeah, I will probably have to get more before the season is out because it's just the perfect spring and summer scent to burn in the home. It's nice and light and it's fresh and it's absolutely delicious. So yeah, I highly, highly recommend this. Food favorites. These are incredibly Easter themed and they're actually all from the same product line. All two of them. The first and my favorite discovery of the Easter season are these. These are chocolate covered Peeps. Now, I don't usually like marshmallow eggs and things like that. There's just something about them that they're so light and fluffy that I'm like, they're not worth the points to me. What I love about these are, A, they're about that big, so they're really decent size, and they're only 3 points plus, which is awesome. And secondly, the marshmallow in here seems to be, it could just be my perception of things, I don't know, but the marshmallow in here seems to be a lot denser than like marshmallow eggs and things like that. So I feel like I'm getting something with more substance and something a little bit more substantial. And thirdly, the chocolate coating in here is not just like one little dip of chocolate coating. It's a thicker layer of chocolate all around this thing. So it is a very satisfying sweet treat, and it satisfies the chocoholic part of me, and it doesn't cost me ruining my entire day if I want one or two. They're only 3 points a piece, which is so amazing. I'm obsessed, and they're just the perfect snack. They're the perfect sweet treat. Love these. My other food favorite is also from Peeps, and it is these bad boys right here. This is their limited edition vanilla cream flavored Peeps, and you can see they have little rainbow confetti on them. They're super cute. But what I love about these, again, they come 3 in a package, and it is 3 points plus for the entire package. So if you feel like you need to eat something in its entirety, you can do this, and again, not ruin your entire day. Or if you can exercise a little bit of restraint, 2 of these guys is only 1 point. I know. Mathematically, it doesn't quite work out, but trust me, I counted a couple times. 1 point for 2, 3 points for the entire package, which is awesome. And I actually have an entire breakdown Easter candy cheat sheet that I worked on for quite some time, and I will post the link to that over at my blog. It'll be down below, and it has the breakdown of all different kinds of Peeps and what their values are for 1, for 4, for 2, things like that, as well as a lot of chocolate candies, including Reese's Eggs and all that kind of things. But what I love about these is they add a little something to the regular marshmallow flavor. The vanilla flavor just adds a little bit of like a birthday cake or a cupcake type flavor to it, which I actually really like, and it's really satisfying to me. So I've been loving these and picked up a couple extra of these at Target the day after Easter as well. They also have strawberry and orange ones that are all the same points plus in calorie value. I love the strawberry ones as well. I haven't tried the orange, but I'm not really a citrus fan, so probably won't like them. But these and the strawberry are both fabulous. I have a TV favorite this month, and I know I'm late to jump on the bandwagon, but it is Lost. My husband and I just finished season 3, and we are starting up season 4. Don't tell me anything, guys. Seriously, I don't want to know. I just want to tell you that it's pretty awesome. Things are, the beginning I hear is better than the end, and I heard there's a whole conspiracy about how the show ends, but once I got into it, I sat there and went, oh, I have to know how this ends. So I'm watching it and figuring it out. And my other TV favorite, should really be no surprise, is Game of Thrones. Once Game of Thrones season 4 started, right away, they hooked me right back in, and I can't contain my excitement. And there have been some events already that have made me want to throw a party, and some that have me completely worried, and it's just one of those shows, like Lost, I don't know why I do this to myself, but it's one of those shows that really messes around with my emotions, and there are times when I'm watching Lost or Game of Thrones, and I'll curl up next to Eric, and I'll literally be like, I cannot emotionally handle anything that's happening to me right now, and none of it's happening to me, it's happening on the TV screen. Like, the emotional joys and terrors that come from watching Game of Thrones. I love it. I love it. Lost in Game of Thrones. What's not to love? I also have 2 book favorites, and I'm going to try to pop in some pictures because I don't have the actual books. They're on my Kindle. First one is called How to Have Your Cake and Wear Your Skinny Jeans Too. And I was actually going through this big, I'm not having a very good relationship with food right now type of thing. And so I just kind of looked for something to inspire me to get my mind back in the game, and I stumbled upon this book. And the basic idea behind this book, and I'm going to be doing a whole review on this over at divaandthedivine.com, but the basic idea is your body knows how to regulate your diet so that you stay what is thin for you, what is the lean machine that you are supposed to be. It's called your thin intelligence. And if we ate strictly based on our hunger and our hunger signals, we would all achieve that weight. But there are so many different things that cause us to overeat and eat when we're not actually hungry and all these other things that we totally mess up our body's ability to do that, and we end up depending on food for things other than sustenance. And the other idea is that dieting is not a good idea simply because when you restrict anything, it leads to the opportunity and the likelihood that you will binge on that something. And being somebody that is been on a diet, I've been on Weight Watchers for a long time, I've seen it happen, and I know what happens. And it's actually one of the things I love about Weight Watchers is I can eat whatever the heck I want as long as I portion it out right. So that really helps rein the restriction back in, but it's still really hard sometimes, and I know we've all been there. And this was just a really enlightening book, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and there are things that I'm going to take away from it and things that I'm going to go, not for me, but it was a really, really good read. So if there are any of you that need a little bit of inspiration, motivation, or are really struggling with the whole binge eating type situation, I highly suggest this book. Again, it's called How to Have Your Cake and Wear Your Skinny Jeans Too, and it is by Josie Spinari. And I will put the name right on up there, Josie Spinari, and it's really brilliant. My other book favorite for the month is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. And it's supposed to be a sad book. You know going into this that it is a sad book because you've heard people talk about it, but I didn't see the stuff that happened in there coming, and it was just really, really good, guys. Really good. I highly recommend that book. And then my last favorite for the month is actually a person. It is a YouTuber favorite, and that is Organized Jen, Jennifer Ross. And the reason I like her is for a couple of reasons. For one, I kind of want to be her. She's kind of living the life I want. She is the stay-at-home housewife, not mother. She's got a dog, which I'm rooting for at some point. She's got a dog, and her husband works, and she stays at home and does all of the housekeeping and the organizing and the decorating, and she runs her blog and her YouTube channel, which is totally the person that I would love to be once Eric is out of business school and we are on our merry way in life. So that's awesome. And it's also really cool and kind of unfortunate that I discovered her after I moved, because it turns out she lives kind of near where I did, which is always fun. So like when she talks about going to the mall, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the mall I used to work at. And so it's kind of funny that like we probably have crossed paths before, and I just never knew. And so yeah, Jennifer, if you're watching, I am a huge, huge fan of yours, and you are my YouTuber favorite of the month. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to click that little red button over there to subscribe for more fun from me at Diva and the Divine. And I will talk to you all soon. Have a great start to May, guys. Bye.